In Lisbon, Portugal this week, legendary footballers played in the 7th annual Match Against Poverty. And this year, proceeds are going toward the relief efforts in Haiti. And with 50,000 people in attendance, we know soccer is big business. That's what we talk about with business doc Nick Bontis today. AGN's Biz Doctor Nick Bontis, soccer player, soccer coach, joins us once again this week. And you've been waiting to do this segment for so long, Nick, because 2010 World Cup soccer is coming in June.
That's right, coming to South Africa for the first time ever. Johannesburg, one of the host cities. You know, when South Africa won the World Cup, they knew it was going to change the country, but they didn't realize by how much. 129,000 new jobs were created. They expect 500,000 visitors and over $1 billion in revenue during the World Cup.
So that's going to be a huge impact for that
Absolutely.
country. Why is soccer becoming such big business? How do you explain it? Is it just that we here in Canada are sort of oblivious to what's happening in the rest of the world?
Well, soccer is the biggest sport in the world. It's the richest sport in the world. And of course, you're right. The European countries have always known this. You have big soccer clubs like Manchester United in England and Real Madrid in Spain and AC Milan in Italy. By the way, all three of those clubs themselves have a market capitalization of about $1 billion each. So here in Canada, you know, we're hockey lovers here, but the reality is that soccer is the world sport, and it's the biggest sport of business.
Well, more and more kids are getting involved. You coach your sons, the Bontis boys, right?
That's right.
And tell me how it's catching on in popularity here in Canada.
Well, a lot of things are increasing in Canada. For example, the purchase of jerseys. This is how a lot of clubs make their money. You know, you have authentic jerseys. Now, they're very, very expensive, but a lot of parents are buying them for their kids. And you're absolutely right. One of the largest participation sports for youth in Canada is soccer. And for girls, it's by far the largest. So we have a girl and a boy sport that a lot of kids play in this country.
Now, jerseys are expensive, but hockey's equipment is very expensive too. So, you know, I wonder if it would be a pretty well even trade-off. You don't buy all the shoulder pads and skates and all that stuff, right?
No, not at all. And the actual fact is that any kid can play soccer in their backyard. All they need is a ball, and anybody can get a cheap ball from the store.
Okay, let's talk about Canada's new MLS franchise, Toronto FC.
Well, this has been very, very exciting for Canadian fans because this is our first professional club in a long time, and it competes in the MLS, Major League of Soccer. It actually hasn't had positive seasons in terms of performance on the pitch. It hasn't made the playoffs yet, but it has sold out virtually every game it's had in Toronto. It's one of the best tickets, the best investments for entertainment. A lot of parents take their kids to watch TFC soccer matches. I definitely take my kids to watch TFC soccer matches. And the great thing about soccer now in Canada is we're looking to perhaps open 2 other franchises, one in Vancouver and one in Montreal. So soccer is going to have great financial health in Canada.
And I guess you have to wonder with our new Canadian population and how the mass media has brought World Cup soccer to every country in the world, that must also play into the equation.
You're absolutely correct. You know, the immigrant population who loved soccer back home in South America or in Europe loves soccer now in Canada and is trying to infiltrate that love to the rest of Canadians.
So how's Greece going to do?
Greece is going to do awesome in the World Cup, of course.
You think so?
I think so.
All right, Nick. Good luck. See you next time.
See ya.